Okay, I want to get started on these leaves and the stem. I'm going to go back to my 1/2 inch brush here. And I'm going to mix, I've got the hooker's green and the blue that I used in my background. I'm going to mix in some of that purple that I made, which is the blue with the alizarin crimson. So you can mix just a little bit of alizarin crimson into that hooker's green and ultramarine blue. That'll give you kind of a cool gray green. Now be careful, because the red and the green want to cancel themselves out. So you want to keep it on the green side. Whenever you mix complements together, you're going to get kind of a muddy color, and that's how you create mud, is mixing all the colors together. So I'm going to start over here. There's not much to this particular leaf as it pokes its head out from behind the petal, but I do want to get it a little bit darker. Same with this one. But I don't want it as dark as that background is going to get. Like I said, you want to let things dry. And I can leave a little line there, that's not going to hurt anything. Give me a little definition between the background and the leaf. And if these leaves do tend to kind of disappear into the background, that's a good thing. You know, don't worry about that. That's actually a good thing. It adds a little mystery into your painting here. So I'm going to skip the leaf behind it that's there, and I'm going to come and paint the other half of it while I let that section dry. That's what I said, you know, before. As this dries, you can move around your painting. But remember, just to let those things dry at least for a few minutes. That leaf I forgot before. Pull it out. I'm going to come over here to our big leaf. Add some more blue to this mix. More blue, a little more green. It seems to be a little bit more out in the sun, but not by much. I'm going to start up here with the point of my brush there, and you'll see that I'm going to leave just a little tiny line around there. I'll do something with that later. But I'm going to pull this down. It's a little bit darker at the tip, because I think the tip is moving away from us. Pull this in. Come over here, do this one. Now I'm working pretty fast. I'm working almost at my normal speed. So if you need to slow down, you do it. You know, if you are working slower, you may want to stop. You know, just do like a section of the leaf and then come back and rinse your brush like I'm doing right now. And then with a clean brush, just pull the paint that you just put in down. I just picked up some more paint so that I can fill in this. Rinse my brush. And just pull it down. These leaves are rather interesting in their shape. This one has a stem. Want it just a little bit darker. Now putting in veins is up to you. I'm hoping that this yellow that I put on here before will work for me. Let's see if it'll work now. Start where the stem comes out, because that's where the vein's going to start. And I'm going to pull up. This is called lifting. Rinse my brush. I think I'm going to switch to the smaller brush, because these are pretty small veins. And it's a damp brush, and just lift. You don't need to go all the way to the end of the leaf, but you just pull out the Now this is just one way to do these. This is not set in stone. Botanical people would probably mask them out. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to go to the stem. Now the stem's a little bit bluer still for some reason. Up underneath, it's darker. I'm going to pull this down. I'm mixing it with some of that leaf color. So it's not just straight ultramarine blue. It's got a little bit of the leaf color in. Pull that in, leave a little space, and then just let it fade off onto the bottom. Alright, I'm going to take a break here, and I will come back, and yes, I will have done some more work to this, but I won't do anything that you haven't already seen. So, give me a second. Okay, I did a little bit more work on this than I had planned on doing, but I'll catch up on what I did. I've added some dark spots up here. You'll see it in the picture if you look. And that's just the blue and the alizarin crimson to make kind of a dark purpley color. And just put in some dots. You'll see in there that at the base of this, these kind of turn down, so you'll see a little bit of darkness as it goes into that centerpiece. A little bit there. I've also used that same color over here on the leaves to give a little more definition to them. And I'm just using the edge of my brush just to touch. Doesn't have to be much. And if you didn't get the veins in and you still want to put veins in, you can still lift it out even though it's dry. This is totally dry here. And I'm just going to wet the paper and just pull with the end of my brush. Lifts right off. Some paint colors work better than others than this. They're what's called staining paints. They don't want to do anything once they're dry. But these are friendly colors. The blue and the green, the Hooker's green, are friendly. Put in there. If it's wet, just take a paper towel and blot, and it comes right up. Remember to follow the direction of the growth on these. I also did another layer of dark behind my flower. You can see now the flower really looks like it's in the sunshine, that it's glowing. I want to come in, and on my leaves I want to add just a little bit of color. I'm going to take that orange that I was using up in the centerpiece, and I'm just going to take and just right at the very tip, just going to add a little bit of orange where I have that line that I left. Don't need to do it all the way. Just leaves will do that. They'll get damaged or they're starting to die, and they turn yellow, they turn brown or orange. Another thing you don't have to do, I just end up doing it. And I am seeing that I did miss a leaf. No big problem. I still have that blue-green paint on there, so I'm just going to come in. Paint that leaf. Yep. Maybe it's a little more in the sunshine, being in the back there, so it can be a little bit lighter. Okay, there's that. Finish this up the way you want to. I kind of want to finish mine up by bringing some of that original splattering out a little bit, and I can do that in a couple ways. If you notice that around the edges of this, I've kind of suggested some leaves or branches or twigs or something. Again, you can come up and lift, suggest leaves. I'm just making shapes now. Blot it out. Use your reference material to kind of have an idea of what the leaves might look like. Or put in the pod. These things have kind of a little pod. This just gives a suggestion of shapes back there. Blot it out. Blot. I can come back in with the blue and Hooker's green and come in and around here make some shapes. And bleed it back in. Just some suggestion of shapes or pods in the background. You don't have to make them look like anything. They're in the background. Can even come in with some of the orange and create shapes out here. It might look like some of the leaves. Do the same thing with the yellow. You know, just put it in there. Just drop it in. Don't mess with it. Just drop it in or splatter it. You know, we can still do some splattering. If you don't mess with it, it'll stay on there. The warmer, lighter colors will probably work better. Picking up some orange right now. Nope, not enough water. Pick up some of that red, maybe, you know, bring out a leaf, or, you know, suggest some stems. You can run, just take water and just let it drip. Yeah, I'm using a lot of water, and I'll have to stand it up to let it drip and run. Watch it so that it doesn't go. You can let it go over your flower if you want it to. But this is how you're going to end this. Just kind of have some fun with it. Splatter some more. Just do some drips or whatever. A little blue, throw that some in there. Some blue, and just suggest some things coming out. Just splattering some water on it. But there you have it. Thank you for watching my video. I'll put some information at the end here about how to get to my blog again. And I hope that you will have enjoyed yourself enough to come back and watch another one. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, don't panic, and most of all, keep painting, and I hope to see you again in class real soon. Thank you.